Hello. The latest webcam video that I did, number 20, discussing a particular technique, many people have responded to it saying that they're suffering from depression, and what I offered really didn't work. So I felt, well, I'd better talk about what depression is and what it does, because most of the time depression prevents us from actually doing the thing that needs to be done for our own good. So let's understand it. Well, first of all, before we discuss the symptoms or the feelings of depression, we are living in critical times of great global change. And since our body is the same substance as the world, then of course we can feel the change in us. There are literally more people who are depressed than we can imagine. Behind their smiles and behind their polite demeanor, they carry these feelings inside which they never discuss with anybody, except maybe very intimate friends or family, if they do. Well, what is depression? You know, you get up in the morning and you have this heavy feeling. And that's what depression is. Depression is depressed. It's as if you're being squashed under a great heavy weight. And you're saying to yourself, I can't handle this. This is too much. You know, I'm under great pressure here. I cannot do it alone. And also another thing too, which I like to mention here, is that we live in a world where when something goes wrong, quote, wrong, we go to a doctor. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but what happens is that we medicate everything. We have drugs to make us sleep. We have drugs to make us antidepressants. And we're medicated people. The problem with this is that we're not listening to our body. We're not listening to what is happening. And depression is telling us something, and it could be a beautiful message, a wonderful message, if we just listen to it. It is really telling us this, that this is too much for me to handle. You see, and I cannot deal with this. Well, remember the message, the block that we are creating. There is one great block that brings this depression. And the depression is saying, you know, things are not working out and I can't handle this. But the greatest block, listen very carefully, is this. Are you listening? We are trying to make life work. And it's not possible. You cannot make life work. Well, first of all, you're not separate from life. You are life itself. And secondly, life doesn't need your help. You just need to allow it. You need to listen to it. You need to flow with it. So there is a way to do this. One, know that you are not alone. Your very neighbors themselves that smile and say hello to you every morning could be harboring deep depression. The people at work, the people in the street, behind their smiles, they carry this depression. And like I said already, we are living in great changes in the world. A great change is happening. A shift of consciousness is taking root. So this is what you do. And if you're willing to do it, it will work. Take a deep breath. Become very still. Sit with this heaviness. Feel this heaviness in your body. And as you witness this heaviness taking root, see what it's saying to you. It is saying you, I can't handle this, this is too much. And then you might even find yourself blaming someone or a loved one or whatever in order to handle it. You go into a story in order to throw it off, but it just doesn't work. So, listen to the body, feel its heaviness, and keep witnessing this heaviness. Then, after a minute or two of feeling this heaviness in your body, ask this question. Am I the heaviness in the body, or am I the witness of it? And if you are the witness of it, in reality you couldn't be depressed, because depression can only happen to that outer part in you that feels separate from God, separate from life, separate from the world itself. But the witness is never separate, because the witness is your pure awareness, is your very state of being. And the moment you begin to understand this, that you can allow it, you can let it flow through you, you can let it work itself out to complete itself, and then see that you are the witness of it. And that begins your healing. Thank you. Namaste.